Good morning, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nani, and today we're going to be talking about some goals for this new year of 2024. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, whatever drink of choice that you want to have for this video, and let's just get right on into it. Right now I'm having a beauty tea, which is a blend of rose, dandelion root, and I believe jasmine tea, and it is so good. It tastes clean, fresh, and doing a little bit of self-care today in the morning, which is great because it's actually one of my goals for this new year, so we're off to a good start already. So this video is actually more for me and to kind of have like a recording of myself talking about what I want to accomplish in the year of 2024, because I'm the type of person that I set some goals every single year and I get motivated, and then January starts and it just starts going downhill from there. I just wanted to have a video that I can look back on, and maybe by the end of the year next year of 2024, when I'm resetting to kind of set some new goals, I would like to watch this video back and just celebrate the goals that I was able to accomplish for the year. So I'm thinking way ahead into the new year, but it's also something that helps me personally. If you also want some accountability, maybe record yourself talking about some goals that you want for the new year and share it with others, and by the end of the year you can look back on it and celebrate all your accomplishments. I also have a feeling that this new year is going to be great. I don't know why, but I just feel so hopeful for the new year of 2024, and that's something that in the past 2 to 3 years in my life I haven't felt much of. So I'm really excited to kind of just start fresh, and we're also moving, so that's why you see all this boxes in the back, which helps in kind of like that starting fresh feel. So I'm just really excited for this new year of 2024. I have my little journal here with all of my goals, and yeah, we're just gonna be talking through them. Feel free to leave some goals in the comments below if you want to share with us. So I'm going to be dividing this in 2 different sections. First section is going to be some reading goals that I want to have for this year, and then the second section is going to be more personal lifestyle type goals that I want for this year as well. So starting out with some reading goals, the first thing that I like to set is how many books I want to read. And this is something that I'm very careful in setting, because in years past I become very ambitious, and I'm like, I want to read 200 books this year, I want to read 150 books this year. And that's just something that when I was a teenager or in college I could have done, but now I'm in my adult mom era, so I don't have the same amount of time to spend just reading as much as I would like. But I do still want to set a goal to challenge myself and not find like any excuses for myself, because where there's a will, there's a way, right? So for this year, the goal that I set for the total amount of books that I want to read for the year is going to be 75 books. Kind of like going that same, I guess, line of thought, 75 books. I want 5 of those to be non-fiction. This ties into kind of some of my lifestyle goals. I'll get into it a little bit more later, but I also want to add in a little bit of learning and challenging myself and building my self-confidence too. And I already have some ideas of the non-fiction books that I kind of want to tackle this new year, and I'm gonna have a separate video just focused on all the 2024 books that I'm excited to read, and I'm gonna add in those non-fiction as well. But some of them off the top of my head are, well, 3 are from Brené Brown, and it's the Atlas of the Heart, Rising Strong, and what's the other one? It's Not Just in My Head, or It's Not Just Me, something like that. Those are the 3 main ones that I have on my radar for the new year of 2024, so I'm really excited to get to those. Let me know if you have any recommendations of great personal development books that you loved or helped you in some way. I would love to get your recommendations. The next goal that I have for myself for this new year is keeping my Notion and my reading journal updated. I am so bad at this, and again, it's because I just start to read and read and read and read, and I forget to also find time to keep my reading journals updated. So I always start one, I decorate it all cute. I mean, this used to be my reading journal, now it's just my scrap notebook. Now it's just a place for me to write down my thoughts in general, or to-do list or whatever, but this used to be my reading journal. Like, look at it, book reviews 2022. And this is how I used to have it, just a simple title, rating, and then some thoughts. And then I started adding the book covers and, you know, started getting better. But then I never put dates on it, so I have no idea when I even stopped doing this, but I'm pretty sure I didn't continue it for months and a month. That's just what happens. But then by the end of the year, I was okay, Nani, you can do this. You can keep your reading journal updated. And I did this. I was like, you know, spending time and just kind of like decorating it a little bit more pretty, and hopefully that would motivate me to keep it updated. And, you know, again, book title, rating, but then I only did one, was the Addicted to You by Krista Becker-Ritchie. And I didn't even write my thoughts. So it's a mess. But by the end of last year, 2023, I started kind of playing with Notion a little bit and looking at tutorials, looking at some templates that people were making, and I ended up making my own template for my reading journal, and I'll add in a little screenshot of it or a screen grab of it right here. I basically created this myself and I enjoyed it. Again, I did it at the end of last year, so it's something that I want to move towards this year, 2024, and do my best to keep it updated and kind of just find my rhythm. Maybe it's not I finished this book, let me update it kind of situation, but maybe once a month or twice a month, I can just sit down with the books that I've read so far and just keep it updated. And I also want to keep a log of all the books that I own, because it happened actually twice last year that I bought 2 copies of the same books because I thought I didn't have it and I lost track of the books that I owned. I ended up getting 2 copies of the same one twice. Not once, twice. I really want to challenge myself and just write down all the books that I own, and also with the genres, and after I read them, the rating and whatnot, because that's also going to help me with my other goal, which is to read at least 40 to 50% of my physical TBR. I love buying books. I don't know what it is, but just the act of going to Barnes & Nobles or going to a bookstore and just buying a book or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know what it is, but it's just such a great feeling. But then I ended up putting on the shelf, and some I do read on the spot, but others I have them on my shelf for like 1 to 2 years. So I just want to work towards reading my physical TBR, and that's why it's set 40 to 50%. Because I know I'm not going to read 100% of my physical TBR. New books are always coming out. New recommendations are already being thrown. I know I'm not going to read all of the books on my TBR, but I can at least work towards that goal overall. Also is I created like a very simple, very basic reading journal. I created it on Canva basically, and it's just a way for me to keep track of what I've read in more of a simple way, whereas Notion would be more of a full, more detailed type of space. I want to also have a more simplistic way for me to keep track of what I've been reading for the months, and I just created a simple one. I downloaded it and I added it to my GoodNotes. So those are the 2 kind of like reading journal organization type goals were. The next goal that I have is reading more thrillers and exploring some more fantasy. I want to also explore outside of romance, because I love romance, but recently in 2023 I started reading some fantasy, Fourth Wing being the main one. Everyone knows Fourth Wing. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. It is a very simple fantasy, I will say, and I think that's why so many people loved it. I was very surprised by how fast I was able to get through that book, because I'm still trying to get through Akatar. Don't come at me, please. I don't know if I'm going to continue that series, but I am doing my best because I know a lot of people love it. I've been told Akatar is a really good book to start getting into those type of fantasies, so that's why I also want to finish it. And I told myself, Nani, maybe if you don't read the whole entire series, at least get through the first book and then make a decision if you want to continue on with the series or it just wasn't for you. If you have some fantasy recommendations or some thriller recommendations, more specifically for fantasy, I mean thrillers, pretty easy to get into, but when it comes to fantasy, if you have some simple, basic type fantasies, maybe some fantasy romance that I might enjoy and starting kind of like that journey of getting into some fantasy, let me know. I know Powerless is one that has been recommended a lot. The Akatar series, apart from Fourth Wing, let me know what other fantasies are good to kind of get started into that genre. And last but certainly not least on my reading goals for this new year is to complete 1 to 2 challenges, not a month, just overall. I want to challenge myself. I just thought it would be fun to kind of just like also do some challenges for myself and see how many books I can read in those challenges, or maybe what new books I'm able to find or new authors I'm able to find doing those challenges, like a 24-hour reading vlog or a most anticipated releases or book bingo type challenge, like any type of those challenges. If you have any ideas for challenges or where you find them, let me know also in the comments below. Those were all my 2024 reading goals, and now I'm gonna go quickly through my personal lifestyle goals. I kind of always put like a word for the year, and that's something that I've always been very intentional about. The word for this year is rising strong or persistent, or kind of like the catchphrase pound the stone, which is resilience. Basically just keep going, kind of like Dory says in Finding Nemo, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. You get it. But basically that's going to be my word for this year, and I've always been very intentional with the words that I set for the year. So I think resilience is going to be a very important one for this new year, especially with the goals that I set for myself. Started off with a bang. The first personal goal that I set for myself is grow my YouTube. So I really want to be consistent. I really want to work on my confidence as well, because literally I've been with my husband for 8 years now, and I still have to tell him, can you put your headphones in so you don't hear me talking? Because I get very self-conscious of what he might be thinking, or what if I'm filming outside my window, if someone looks at me, like what are they thinking? And are they talking about me? Are they making fun of me? And that's something I really want to work on for this new year. And I think growing and being consistent in the filming and the posting will be very helpful for that, because that's honestly one of the main reasons I want to start a YouTube channel. Wanted a creative outlet for me that I can talk about books outside of my husband. I want to meet new people. I want to meet more readers, not feel so alone at times. You know, it's been tough kind of like in this adult life to find lasting friendships. The other goal that I have for this new year, I mentioned it in the beginning, which is a little bit of self-care. There's been a lot of things that have happened in my life for the past 2 to 3 years, and self-care has always been put in the back burner for me. I just feel like I'm in a little bit more of a better place than I used to be with myself also. So really want to get into some self-care. The simplest way that I kind of put it for myself is do things that you love regardless of what anyone thinks. I guess I just want to find other things outside of being a mom that I love to do for myself also. And then the last goal that I have kind of like as a main focus is take more pictures. I'm not a picture person. Like I don't know, I just don't like, when I say I don't like pictures is I like taking pictures, but I don't like pictures being taken of me. I told myself, you have a family, you have a new baby, like I want to be able to have some memories that I can look back on as the years pass and as my baby grows. I've also read that taking pictures of yourself, not necessarily selfies or whatnot, but letting other people take pictures of yourself and then you looking back at them can also help with like self-confidence and stuff like that. Those are all the goals that I have for this new year of 2024. Please share some of your goals, whether it's reading goals or personal goals, in the comments below. I would love to know. And also let me know what type of videos you enjoy watching, whether it's reading vlogs, sit down videos, like what type of videos or challenges do you enjoy watching the most. That is all for today's video. I appreciate you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one.